Hey everyone, Mike here with Protein Hacks, and today I'm going to be showing you a really simple recipe to make some delicious soyrizo breakfast burritos. We're going to be using a lot of eggs, egg whites, some soyrizo, a little bit of hash browns, and some garbanzo beans. You can add anything you'd like into these if you prefer to have a little bit of cheese in them. It's really up to you. These are really great burritos for meal prep, for an easy breakfast. You can make these for breakfast, meal prep the rest of them, and you'll have a great snack for your pre-workout meal in the morning, or a real quick breakfast bite. I'm ready if you are. Let's get in the kitchen and make us some protein hacks. Alright guys, thanks for checking out this special quick edition of Protein Hacks. So we're going to jump straight into the ingredients here, and I'm going to start off with my chorizo, which is actually soyrizo. It really has a great flavor. You kind of got to try a few different ones. The specific brand I'm using right now is this meatless soyrizo, organic. Really good. It almost tastes like chili meat, but yeah, there's no meat in here. We're looking at 90 calories per serving with 7 grams of protein. But we're going to pack a lot of protein into these, so this is more just for the flavoring side of it, so we can have that traditional Hispanic chorizo flavor in our burritos. Next up, I'm going to be using some garbanzo beans, but you can switch these out for pinto beans if you prefer. I just really like garbanzo beans, and I want to see how they come out in this wrap. We'll also be using half cup of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, some Guerrero's whole wheat tortillas, and finally I'm going to be throwing in a little bit of hash browns. These are optional. I know if you're not looking at eating too many carbs, you might not want these in your recipe, but I mean, these are 60 calories per cup, and I'm not going to be using a lot of oil because the chorizo has, you know, a good amount of grease to cook these on its own. So let's get started, guys. Alright, so the first thing we're going to add is our soyrizo. Like I said, it's going to give us a little bit of oil, and we're just going to get this spread out a little bit. Next up, we got the hash brown, and we're going to let these cook with the lid on for a minute, just so, you know, they can get fully cooked in before we add the rest of the ingredients. But I'm trying to portion these before. I have 6 tortillas over there, so each one of these is going to be for one of those tortillas, and hopefully my calculations are somewhat correct. And this is about good to go. Let's get this rolled up and then put into the freezer for some awesome meal prep breakfast burritos. All we have to do is start rolling our wraps. Wrap number 1. Done. And that's it, guys. All you gotta do is wrap these up in your favorite freezer bag. Of course, like I always say, let them cool off first, because you don't want to just bag something up or put something in a container immediately after you cook it, because it's going to prevent it from cooling in the right amount of time, and it could cause a food safety issue. So make sure you let them sit and cool for a little bit, then put them in the bags, mark and date them, put them in the freezer, and then they're going to be ready for you for about a month. Alright guys, we're done with our burritos. Now let's jump into the macro breakdown. This is going to be a really quick breakdown. I'm not really going to compare it to anything else. There's not really a burrito I can compare it to. There may be, but nothing mainstream. These are just creations that I've made throughout the years to help me stay on track and have a great snack for breakfast. You could always use regular chorizo if you'd like. I just like to use soyrizo. It tastes really good to me, and it's a lot easier on the stomach. If you want the traditional chorizo flavor, use it. It's really up to you guys. So let's jump into the macro breakdown. 9.6 grams of fat, mainly from our eggs. 36.9 grams of carbs. They're going to be a great energy source for your first meal of the day to get you jump started. If you're going to work out early in the morning, you're going to have a lot of energy to go and hit your workout strong. And just under 20 grams of protein. We can just round this up and say this is 20 grams of protein. So for me, I could eat probably 2 of these, and you can have about 40 grams of protein, still at only 600 calories. That's a full meal for your breakfast right there. Really great. Like I said before, awesome for meal prep. Real quick macro breakdown, guys. Now let's wrap things up. So I'm really happy with how these came out. I have them already meal prep ready. And a quick tip before we finish the video. When you're meal prepping these things and you have them frozen like this, I highly recommend, if you're going to eat one in the morning, put one in the fridge in a separate container. Let it thaw overnight. That way it'll be a lot easier to heat up however you're going to do it, whether it's your air fryer, whether it's the microwave, or maybe the oven. Just let them thaw out a little bit. It's a lot harder to microwave something that's completely frozen in the middle. It's not impossible, but it's going to save you a lot of time. That's all for today's video. I hope you found the recipe helpful. If you're enjoying the videos, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. That way you can be notified whenever there's a new protein hack out. Thanks again for checking out the video, and we'll catch you on the next Protein Hacks.